Good morning, YouTubers, and welcome to my workbench. I'm going to be at the workbench today. I've got some audio repairs to do, but no script in here. I just want to show you what audio repairs that I've got coming up over the next few weeks. So I've dragged them all out the cupboard in an effort to get some of these done. So first of all, we're going to take a look at my friend's Sony amplifier. Okay, mine. I've got a few vintage models to look at. This one's for my friend. We've got a Sony amplifier. This is where I did take a look earlier. I know we've got a power supply problem on this one. So I did take a look a couple of weeks ago, but it would be nice to give it another go, because I think what it is an uneconomical repair, really, because it does look like there's been a problem with the fact that it's been out in the mud and got wet. Doesn't help. So we're looking a bit grimy. It is a model integrated stereo amplifier TAFE370. So if anyone's worked on a TAFE370 Sony amplifier, I should imagine from the 70s, possibly 80s, give me a shout in the comments. I'd like to know your thoughts. We're going to take the top off and have a look. We're not going to plug her in straight away, because I do know that there is a power supply problem. And before plugging her in, I just want you to have a look. We've got to make sure she's safe to plug in. As with all amplifiers, you do have to check that they're safe to plug in, because it can be quite dangerous working on them. So you'll see that I'm not plugged in. I am in Spain, so I've got a Spanish plug. Spanish plugs are not fused. So when I do plug her in, I'll be using a connector block and with an on-off switch nearby, just for safety reasons. But she's not plugged in, so first of all we're gonna take her apart. This morning I'm just going to go through what we've got and what is my suspected problems with them. So literally it's just the suspected problems first with what's on them. Okay, so 2 screws that side, Phillips head screwdrivers, 2 Phillips screwdrivers this side, 2 Phillips heads, come out really quick anyway. I said it has been off before, so I do know that there is a fault. Mended the other equipment and given it back to him, so I said leave this to me a little bit longer. It's not a quick fix, I'm sure, but it may be one that's worth doing. Just going to take me a little bit longer. Right, so there's 2 screws at the back, so 4 screws, and off comes the lid. Okay, it is, as you can see, we've got a lot of dust damage there. All of the capacitors are there. None of them are blown. I've not tested them, but there's a lot of dirt and grime. It would be lovely to get this up and running for him, but I do suspect that there could be a problem with this transformer. So I'm going to show you what happens. Like I said, I'm not working on it today, but I'm going to show you what fault it has, and then we're going to be working on this over the next week or so. So literally today it is just really a show and tell. If anyone's worked on these, give me a shout. Give me a shout, because it'd be interesting to know. Like I said, because it is an amplifier and we've got a lot of current going on there, I am on a rubber mat. You can see, get a rubber mat down, and it should be earthed as well. But I have my plug-in box. It would be lovely if I could sort of just dial up the not to go straight into the 240 volts. Okay, check as well. Sometimes amplifiers are your 240. Sometimes amplifiers are your 110. So you do need to check. If they have 110, it's usually got a selector on the back, which this one hasn't. This one is rated at 240. So we're going to plug her in. We are going to shield her eyes because we're not just going to. We can't wind her up because we haven't got a thing in. But we can turn her off with the switch. Because it's fairly rotten in there. So at the bare minimum, it's going to have a clean. You have got some fuses in there as well. You've got some fuses here on the circuit board. But I am strongly suspecting there is a problem with the power up. Let's have a look. Here we go. So plug in. Always with amplifiers, turn the volume right down. And let's have a look. So I do believe there's a problem with the power up. Okay. Alright, we haven't blown up, but we've only got the electric on. We want to put this on. Now you're going to notice here, like I said, I have already had this on, and there is a problem with the on power up. The push the standby switch in, it literally cuts itself straight out. So has anyone worked on these? A TA-FE 370. I'm going to be delving into that one over the next couple of weeks, but for now, we're turning her off. Okay, when you do plug them in and power up an amplifier, don't have your eyes. Where are you? Where are you? Can't see you. Well, this is a novice thing. When you do plug in your amplifiers to work on them and turn on the power, either wear some protective glasses or keep your face away from them capacitors, because old capacitors can blow up, and it's not very pleasant when it happens, and you certainly don't want to get it in your eye. When they're blown, you usually, or where they're starting to blow, you usually see a dome on the capacitor on the back end of it, and sometimes they've literally exploded. So you don't want to power it up and have a capacitor explode in your face, because they come out with quite a lot of power, and they do go bang. So okay, what we're going to do now is just shut this one down, and I'm going to take you through the next one. So I'm hoping you're enjoying the little channel. Mostly I work on my bikes, but I used to work as an audio engineer, and you know, it's time to delve back into it. Sometimes you don't do things that you really love and really enjoy for a long time, and then, you know, it happens, you're back into it. So someone asked me to repair a couple of items. I thought, you know what, I've really missed working on audio, and I had a little clutter of vintage audio equipment, basically in the spare room, sitting there waiting for something to happen with it. Well, I'm going to make the effort. I'm going to see if it can happen with it, and I'm going to look out for some other bits and pieces as well. So there'll be more coming in the next few weeks. If you do like my channel, give me a like and a subscribe, because that really helps me. Thank you. Right, so for now, we have a power supply fault with the Sony amplifier. She's in pretty poor shape, pretty filthy. It's possible that she can live again. Will she live again? We'll see. But I'm going first of all for that transformer. I'm going to check the power on the meter. But for today, I'm just going to pop the lid back on her, see where we get to. I'm going to show you through some of my audio equipment that I've been hoarding. When I say hoarding, it's been way forward. I've been hoarding some audio equipment the last couple of years. Time to work through it. Okay, next on the workbench, what do we have? What are we going to take a look at next? Well, I've got too many things to repair. No, I haven't got too many things to repair. I just haven't been repairing them lately. So it's back to the workbench and back to doing some repairs. We have a little gem that I found the other day. Okay, it was only €10 at a garage sale, car boot sale, collector's fair. Unbelievably, €10. I'm going to put her on the workbench now. Let you take a look. What is the surprise I've got what is the surprise I've got for you today. Like I said, all these bits of equipment are broken. I specifically bought them broken to get back into repairs. Oh, what a beauty. Look at this little beauty. Let's take the camera down. Let's take a look. Look how filthy she is. It is. Now let's take her out. What is it? It's a wine radio. I did look her up. From 1950s, I believe. It is a wine. It's all in German. Okay, let's have a look. Already had the back panel off. As you can see, filthy. It is a wine H1053. H1053. Oh, and we've got a 110. So we've got a voltage selector on the back of this one. We've got a 110 and a 240 volts. So first things first is we have to make sure we're set for the right voltage. Okay, it's got all the info on the back. And I've never worked on a valve radio, and that's why I bought this. I couldn't resist, and I thought, you know what, Debbie, it's time to delve into it. So take a look at the front. Take a look at the front. We have got filth. We are filthy. So it's obviously been sitting around a long time. We've got a nice vintage radio. Now we're going to take a look at the back. Like I said, I was absolutely delighted to find a vintage valve radio for only €10. Take a look. I have already, bearing in mind, I have already made the power safe, because the wires that were coming off of the radio, I got a photograph somewhere. I took a photograph of the plug, and I wouldn't have been surprised if the plug, it's got a new plug on it, Spanish. I wouldn't have been surprised if the plug was the reason why it shorted out in the first place. But look at this absolutely beautiful vintage valve radio, and she is filthy. Now, I said ideally I would have, I'll be able to dial up the ampage, dial up the wattage rather than just plugging her straight in. But I haven't got one of those, so what do? You don't want to leave it sitting on the shelf not working. First of all, we're going to have a look at the back. I said this is going to be over the next couple of weeks, so I'm gonna, next couple of weeks, I say next couple of weeks, but I'll be working on, ow, squashed me ear, I'll be working on my motorbike. So it's not going to be the next couple of weeks, it's going to be over the next few months that this one will be coming up for repair. But I'm just going to plug them in, power them up today. That's the back. Bit of cardboard. As good as a bit of cardboard. Let's check she's on the right voltage, as there is a voltage selector here. There we go with the voltage selector. Where's my voltage selector gone? Okay, it's obviously hidden by that panel. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Okay, so I'm going to have to look at the serial number, because where it says voltage selector, there isn't actually a switch. Sometimes there's a switch, or sometimes there's like a fuse that you turn around. So it's either selected for the 110 or the 220. This one, because it's from Germany, because it's in Spain, we're going to be on 220. But you can always check it from the serial number. This first time I've actually spotted the serial number, so I'll actually be able to get hopefully be able to get a date as to when it was actually made. Right, I'm gonna power up. I have powered her up before. I know there is a problem. I can see there is a problem with the valves. I've never worked on a valve radio, but let's warm her up. I said I do keep my block close to hand with the. Do keep the block close to hand with. Oh, hello. Let's come out a bit. Do keep the block. Oh, need to go out a bit more. can see me. I don't want to see me. There you go. I've got the block. I'm going to keep the back on for now, just in case she goes bang. I'm not expecting to go bang. I've powered her up before and turn her on. Right, she's going to have to warm up because she's a valve radio. Or will it be delightful just to look inside, have a little sneak? Can we do a sneak peek? Anyone worked on one of these? A Wine H1053. Let's have a look what's going on in there. Oh, we've got don't know how long we need to leave her to warm up, but it does appear to be 2 valves that are glowing. See? I'm gonna have a look deeper. 2 glowing valves. How long does it take for a valve radio to warm up? I asked myself. So we've got 1 glowing there, 1 glowing, 2 glowing, 3 and 4 are not looking so happy, are they? But you can see right inside there. Look how filthy she is. I should make that a tagline. Look how filthy she is. Oh. Well, nothing's gone bang, but there's an awful lot of dust. So I am going to, in the first instance on this one, my thoughts are, let me know what your thoughts are if you've worked on one before. My first thoughts are, we're going to give this a good dust. I'm going to give this a blowout with the air compressor, or I might actually just use a brush and a small hoover just to blow this one out, because she is filthy. Like I said, the 2 of the valves seem to be glowing. There's 2 glowing. Let's get this back over here. Are you enjoying it? Leave me a comment. Let me know if you're enjoying this little section of my channel. My channel is Moto Deb, so I usually work on my motorbikes. A couple of restorations on there if you want to take a look. If you could give me a subscribe, I would be truly grateful. It's only a little channel, and I would like to get some more subscribers. It doesn't cost you anything, and you get the latest updates. But this little beauty at the moment is going back to sleep for just a little while. Leave me some comments. Let me know if you've worked on these. Let me know what I'm doing wrong, or really whether I should have just kept the back on it. But 2 of the valves seem to be working. I'm thinking on this one, my best way forward, having never worked on a valve amplifier or valve radio, is to give it a good clean out, and then also with them valves, I'm definitely going to go for cleaning the connections. This is proper old school electronics. Oh, night, turned her off. Pop the back in. Like I said, I did make sure the electrics were safe first, because it was quite obvious that the power cable was completely and utterly gone. I've got a photograph of the plug, and I'm going to be adding that to this video for you to have a look at. Let's put this baby to bed. This is the Wine radio. Have you got one? Did you used to have one in your house? Are you interested to see how this project goes along? And can I do it? Can I fix this one? We shall see. Keep watching, we shall see. What else have I got in my treasure trove of audio? Well, next one. I couldn't resist it last week either. There is another one that I'm going to go back and get. I literally went to a second-hand shop. I took some photographs of the equipment they had there. Wasn't very much, but this one caught my eye, and the bloke was honest. The guy was honest. He said it doesn't work. He said it doesn't work, and I thought that's perfect because I love it. I love a challenge. So, what do we got? We got a dual, okay, with the speaker. I'm going to show you how she opens. We've got a dual. Let's take a look at a vintage record player. Oh, I should have told you that, should I? Now I've given the game away, but you probably guessed what it was already. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the dual. Have you got one? Did you have one? Shouldn't everyone have a record player like this? It's a dual 410. Let's have a closer look. There we go. Oh my God, my tripod legs. Tripod legs. I have got from the second-hand shop in Spain. I was quite delighted to find I've got a dual 410. It says a Mark 240. So I'm going to hold the tone arm in place. Let you have a closer look. That tone arm is secured. It's a Mark 240 Better. BETTOR, dual 410. We've got 78, 45, 33 and 16. Okay, so twin speakers, hence the dual. There's one speaker one. Little bit of damage on the fabric. The box is not in too bad a shape. I think that will clean up quite nicely. We have under here speaker number 2. Well, first of all, we've got this. Let's hold that up so you can see that. We've got the dual 410. I'm going to show you the connections at the back. Okay, quick look at that. And we have the second. Take the camera out a bit. Oh, it all goes on here. We have got the second speaker. No damage on that one, not on the front anyway. Even got a cable. Even got the cable. Oh, this is the camera in the wrong place. There you go. There I am. Right. We have got the stereo. Let's see what happens. Have we got anything on this before we start? Oh, we've got an on-off knob, balance, volume. Always turn the volume down, treble, bass. Let's have a look at the back. Where's my cable? Oh. Ah, look. There's the cable. Another rather shonky Spanish plug. I did put a new plug on it, but the cable is pretty rotten. When I get these, I do power them up first of all because in my excitement, I just like to know whether it works or it doesn't. The guy did say it doesn't work, but €20. I'm thinking, oh, €20, shouldn't I? The amount of joy it will bring me when it does work is worth it. So we're going to power her up. Knowing full well that she doesn't work, because he did say that, and I do believe him. Because if it had been working, he'd have charged me more money. Right, let's see if we get anything on the tone arm. Diddly squat, nothing. Oh, it's fairly stiff. Fairly stiff. So I can almost imagine after doing that tone arm problem one the other day, it's best to turn this one off because this is going to be dry. This is going to be dry. It's going to go dry and nothing's going to be moving. So I can feel that is tight, that turntable. If that turntable is tight, that motor is not going to push it around. It is a direct drive. as well. So look out, this will be the first of two direct drive, not belt drive, first of the two direct drive record players that I've got to delve into and fix. Right, let's shut her up, because this morning it is literally just a show and tell, really, so that you know what's going to be happening over the next few weeks. If you do like my channel, give me a like and subscribe, because that would really make my day. That would make me happy. It doesn't cost anything to like and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to tell your friends either. So there you go. If you can do that, make me happy. Turn her off. Let's put this direct drive 1970s. I do believe it's 1970s. It does look more 60s, but I believe it's a 1970s record player with the twin speakers. But I believe it's 70s. If I've got it wrong, tell me. Have you got one and it's still working? Let me know. This one is going to be on the workbench in the next couple of weeks. Ah, who else is on the workbench? You're always on the workbench. Come out of the way, cat butt. That's Bear. She was a stray, but she lives here. She's lived here for 3.5 years. 3.5 years I've had Bear. Pop her back together. What way round did she come out? The other way round. Okay. Oh, I just love the way they're so hats. I think quite a common one, this one. I don't think it's too. I think a lot of these were made. I don't think this is too special, but for me, it's really about the joy of fixing them. So, not the monetary value, it's the joy of fixing them. So I think it's a fairly common one. It's got the looks. Like I said, I thought it was 60s, but I do believe it's 70s. So that's the Jewel, the better 14. That's not on there. Okay, what's next? Holy moly, what has she got with this one? Yeah, this is my absolute treasure bargain find. I'm totally delighted with this. This has now been in the house. It's now been in the house at least 8 months. Sitting on the side and not been messed about with, but she's also on the work list. I am having a conscious effort to get through my supplies and get them fixed up. So, do you know what she is? Well, it's a few slight clues. Let's take you in. She is the most remarkable thing I've ever found, I think. I was over at a car boot sale in Saloon and I saw this wooden box. And I thought, that looks nice. And then I saw on the front in inlaid metal, can't get the camera around, inlaid metal, Philips. Thought it's got to be all there. It's got Philips in it. It's not going to be a television. Look at the size of it. It's too small. It's Philips. I said to the man, does it work? Before I'd even opened it, he said yes. The answer is no, it doesn't, but it will. I am convinced that this will work. €8. Take a look at this beauty. Take a look at this beauty. I found it really hard to find any information at all about this online. Let's take a look. It is a vintage turntable. And it does get stuck in the box. It doesn't come all the way out. Vintage turntable. That is as far as I can take her out. That is it. That is as far as she goes. We have a beautiful 1950s. I believe it's 1952 or 1953. I've put a new cable on her. That was as far as I got. She is direct drive. She doesn't work, but I do believe that she's probably gummed up. I can hear her squeaking. But this is a Philips record player. We've also got 78, 45 and 33 and a third in a lovely wooden cabinet with Philips on the front. I spent a long time researching the internet to find out what this was. A lot of these record players were put in suitcases, called suitcase record players. I've never seen one in a wooden box with inlaid Philips. Have you got one? Have you got one? If you've got one, please put it in the comments. Please put a photograph of it working, because this is my beauty. Let me show you underneath. I'll get it back in, which is difficult. I have got the back off of her because she's going to be on the workbench. We are probably going to be gummed up. We've got a power supply fault. We're going to be taking a deeper look. I don't think we've got a fault. I don't think the power's getting to it, to be honest, but I haven't delved any deeper. Got to try and come up with some little rack to hold it in rather than scratching it up, because this is an absolute beauty. I love her. But she is a direct drive 1953. Like I said, I only believe it's 1953. I found it very hard to find any information on this. There was one in the Radio Museum, a photograph on the internet with the same cabinet, but I haven't found any others with the same cabinet. This little beauty was €8. Let's see if we can get her going again. Look at that. That is just the business, isn't it, that one? I love that one. That will probably go nicely with my teak wolf dowels. Tell me more, let me know more. Have I got any more? Have I got any more to show you? No, I haven't, because I have been quite restrained and I haven't bought too much vintage audio, but I keep seeing it lately and I keep thinking, oh, that one would be nice. And it's just going to be a joy to get back into it. So that's it for today. That's the kind of the show and the tell. Here comes the cat again. Here's a little rat bag. Have a cat close up. Oh yeah, this is my darling bear. She turned up as a stray. She is my darling bear. It's the naughtiest cat there is. Naughty cat. So we often find her sitting on the bikes. And I'm sure she'll be breaking something as soon as she can.